lit. Lit. Like I'm a millennial.
What?
Huh?
All right, so I think it's just that delay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be live, I think.
Oh yeah, no, we're live.
I gotta turn that.
Yep, we are live. And welcome everybody to our live stream tonight. We have a special guest tonight, Blacktop Devil and Lady Devil. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were nice enough to agree to come on with us and have a little conversation tonight. So we'll ask them some questions, and you guys in the side chat have any questions for them, you can go ahead and type those in, and we'll see if they can answer them. George and Austin, what's up, guys? What do you got?
What's happening? Got some IPA, a little New England IPA.
Drinking an IPA. Where's that from?
That's from Atco Brewing. So one of the 190 plus breweries in Jersey, but Atco's real close to us. We hit them up for some curbside, and it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I've had that one before. It's good.
Yep.
What about you, Austin?
I'm drinking some Icarus, and the one I have here is the Imperial Milk Stout with cocoa and chili peppers.
And you said there's no spicy taste to that.
No spicy taste at all.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I've got a milk stout with chocolate and coffee from
Delicious.
Icarus Brewing, which I guess you consider local. It's within 30, 35 miles of us. Like George said, one of the many in the state of New Jersey. And so far, it's pretty good. So, Blacktop, what are you drinking? Anything?
We're drinking a porter from the local brewery. It's really good.
It's really good.
What's the brewery called?
Lost Way. They're kind of new. They've only been going for a little over a year, year and a half. So they're still kind of learning, but yeah.
They're still young. Yeah. When they get it good early, it's almost like they get lucky. We've had breweries open and the beer's been real good, and then it's gotten a little off, and then it comes back.
Yeah.
You know, it takes. I mean, I think we find it takes about 3 years before they hit their stride of consistency, where beer is good all the time.
Yeah, I can see that. I've never brewed, but you got to get the formula right, I think. So.
Yeah, it's a challenge. George has brewed before, home brewed, right?
Yep. And we're meaning to do some channel. I gotta dig this stuff out. But it's you gotta get the temperatures right. You gotta get all the sugar off the malt, and then you have to ferment it at the right temperature. So anything that you lose control over during that whole process just makes your beer taste not that good.
Yeah.
Science project, I think.
And I'm dying to actually try it, so I'm ready. I want to do whatever it takes to be able I'm dying to brew.
Yeah.
We got some people in the chat. We got Motorcycle Mama, Knuckles, Bluegrass in the house. And those guys are some drinkers. They like their distilleries out there. A 99 RU grad.
Justin, what's up?
Yeah, 99 RU grad is we grew up with him. Both played football with him, and he tells me he's going to Sturgis with us. He tells me he's renting a street glide and he's going to Sturgis. So
renting a street glide. So it's like half the ride for him, right? He's what, Michigan?
Yeah. He's just outside of Detroit. So very cool.
Hopefully we're all going.
Very cool.
Out.
We can go in.
So so Blacktop, how are you guys holding up with this whole
Don't say it. We're breaking 1,000. We're headed for bigger things. Don't say it.
Yeah, we're getting tired of it. I think just like everybody else. It's we had to go get some stuff for the house last weekend, and man, the stores were packed full of people and the traffic was bad. Like people just want to get out. So
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's sick of it, so we're right there with them.
But work-wise, nothing's changed for you guys, right? Because you're essential workers. You still got to go in and everything.
Yeah, nothing's really changed at all, actually, other than
Getting into the building.
I mean,
process.
but yeah, still working. We don't do anything other than that anyway, so life hasn't changed at all.
Yeah.
That's good because it's upended a lot of people. I think the three of us, our jobs, nothing's changed.
Fortunate.
You know, well, a little bit different for you, George, right? Are you not going in as much?
I'm going in. I'm not going in as much. I'm going in tomorrow. I've got 2 cases that I've got to go do tomorrow. I work like in the private sector of healthcare, but they've just been keeping us on conference calls all day, and it's killing me. Like, you can't keep a field-based sales force cooped up on conference calls with a bunch of caged animals. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. I've worked from home anyway, most of the time anyway. So the only thing that's changed for me is now I got my wife and the kids home all day too. So the whole house is full, and nothing's changed for Austin, right? You're still going to the job.
Been going in, never got to stay home at all. Just kept on going like it was any other day.
Yeah. Cool. Well, beats being laid off and not getting a paycheck, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Heard that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We got a brewery question from Josh Smith. He says, from someone on the West Coast, it's true that NJ breweries you have to tour before you can have a beer. And in theory, that used to be true. But now what they do is they basically say, there's the brewery, watch our little video or use the card. What kind of beer would you like? And that's the extent of it now.
I mean, now they used to do that. Now they kind of just hand you a sheet that has like some info on it, and they're here like read this, and like you said, that's where we brewed that, blah blah blah. They point out a couple things and they move on.
That's it.
I remember when I first started going though, we had to do that. They take you around
and you had to buy the tokens too. You had to buy brewery tokens.
Poker chips.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it is true that they don't serve food at our breweries, which is really, really lame.
that is lame.
Yeah, one of the many government restrictions in the state that for some reason you can't. And then most of the places would have food trucks outside, and then they started making restrictions on that, and they're not allowed to advertise that and this, that, and the next. But there's no shortage of laws in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's kind of because we go over to PA and it's like it's a restaurant and a brewery, and you get your food and have your lunch, and not in Jersey.
Yeah.
But so we established you guys are drinking a beer, and I think you've already told us. But what's you guys' favorite style of beer to drink?
Definitely porters and stouts.
Yeah, that's my second favorite.
Yeah, I'm not a quantity drinker, I guess you'd say. So I like to have a good tasty beer, especially when we're on the bike. So it's like maybe 1 for me, 2 for her, maybe.
Usually 2.
And then
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. while we're live.
Yeah. At the first brewery.
1.5. So, all right. So one of our first non-beer related questions, YouTube related. What made you decide to want to get a YouTube channel going?
You want me to take it?
Yeah. This is your
Either of you.
I mean, I watched a lot of YouTube, and I was watching a lot of like just regular moto vlogs, I guess you would say. And we were taking these trips, and I was thinking, God, we should video our trips that we go on, just so when we're old, like we can watch them, And it just, YouTube's. So we kind of started just posting our Sturgis videos, and I just make like music videos because I didn't know how to edit. Like it was like super simple stuff, and it just kind of blossomed from there. I kind of just used YouTube as a place to store my videos. And then when I did my first vlog, really, which was Bring It Home 2018, and I thought, no, I'll just do a vlog, I'll try it. We'll see what it's like. And it was kind of fun. So, and then it got some views and stuff. And I was, I had like 23 subscribers. So people are starting to watch it, and pretty soon I got 100 subscribers, and I'm going, well, this is kind of fun. So then I just kind of kept doing it. I never really decided I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I just kind of accidentally just started doing it. Yeah, we enjoy it. It's fun.
And what was Heather's reaction when you like decided to do this?
I
You
was
cool with it?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. It's fun. I like to help video. What he can't see from the back. That's why I like getting.
Yeah, it's handy having somebody on the back.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
love
George,
it.
It takes a little stress
George
off.
and Austin always have theirs on the back, and they get some good pictures and good video
Yeah.
that you can't get when you're riding.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
So then sticking with this kind of theme, was there any other YouTuber or motor vlogger that kind of influenced your style of videos? Because you're kind of like us, where you don't do the typical motor vlog. You're kind of telling a story of your travels or whatever, but you're not strap a camera to your helmet and just talk.
Yeah. The reason I don't do like standard moto vlogs is I'm terrible. I'm monotone. Like my words get lost between my brain and my mouth a lot. So it's like cutting it all the time. But I would say if I had to name one person, it'd probably be Adam Sandoval. And actually I didn't like I subbed Adam, and I hope he's not watching. But I subbed him and I watched him for like 2 weeks, and I was like, I don't like this guy's stuff. And so I unsubbed him. And then, it was probably 8 months later, I ran across another one of his videos, and it was something I kind of enjoyed. I really enjoyed watching it. And I was like, God, that's kind of what I would want to do, And I don't even remember what video it was, but yeah, he'd probably be the inspiration there for just kind of my style, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's not. I know when you strap the camera onto your helmet, it's something like you have a message to get across. Like you have something to talk about. Like last Tuesday's video.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing a motor vlog, and I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, oh god.
Drama queen.
Yep.
Yeah, I only do it when I have something to say, and if I need a quick video, I got something at the forefront of my brain.
Yeah,
I do like doing them once in a while when I have something to say, because it's easier for my words to make it to my mouth then.
and it's an easier edit. I mean, now that you're
really are.
at editing, it's got to be an easier edit.
Yeah, because moto vlogs are like you're just basically cutting out the dead space.
Mhm.
Where you're not. The stuff I do, I kind of have to sort of plan it ahead, like to keep some sort of flow with it and try to tell a story at least. So it takes a little more work, but
yeah, it's more like making a show or like a movie than motovlogging. And like you said, you could just cut out the spots where you weren't talking, and a lot easier.
To make it interesting too. Like I don't know if I'm interesting, but I try at least.
Yeah.
And you got nobody wants to just watch you do something boring, so you kind of have to do something at least fun, which keeps us busy at least. I mean, otherwise we'd just be sitting at home doing nothing. So
yeah, so that's another question. Like, how do you try to keep consistent and make videos when you live in Nebraska and it's the winter and it's snowing?
Yeah, it's hard
because we have the same issue here in Jersey. I mean,
we do.
Yes,
we do.
Thankfully, some people step forward and give me content once in a while. But yeah, I really got to scrape, and you got to spend some money on parts to put them on the bike that normally maybe wouldn't spend. So
Yeah.
but it's all part of the game, I guess.
Speaking
It's been a struggle. I mean,
Josh in the chat wants to know how you're liking those exhausts.
I like them a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're awesome.
He almost put the zombies back on.
Yeah, I almost put my zombie baffles back in.
Just to see.
Yeah, you know, that's you kind of weigh it, but they do sound good. Thanks, homies.
Homies.
Appreciate it.
yeah, Homie says you're doing it right. I agree. Yeah, I mean, we kind of started the same way. Like we were getting ready to go. I brought up and convinced George and them to go to the Bring It Home ride last year. And once George was all in on that, he was like, "Well, let's record it. Let's try to get it on film so we have it." And that's kind of how that just blossomed into a channel.
Yeah.
Because I could tell you, it wouldn't have been me. It wouldn't have been me the one starting this thing. Because I didn't do very well in public speaking in college. I can tell you that right now.
Well,
So,
it's not even public speaking. You're looking at this GoPro, and it's like, well, there's people tucked inside that GoPro, I guess.
just
Like, look at all of them staring at me.
how many times you know exactly what you want to say, and then you hit that record button and you just freeze up. Like,
All the time.
oh,
And then every once in a while, you pick up the camera and it just rolls.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just telling her the other day, I was like in the mood to vlog. I had it, and I did like 3 paragraphs, and then I just lost it. I was like, "Duh." It just comes and goes.
Yeah, it does.
And it's tough. It's tough to keep like the editing inspiration, real and different and interesting, because like with the platform YouTube is, it's like you have to be, not only visually appealing to people and keeping their attention, but also, from an audio perspective, giving them something that's also keeping their attention, whether they necessarily realize it or not.
Right.
It's little things that they won't notice if they're not there.
Do you overanalyze your editing process?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I work.
George does.
I work in an injection mold rebuild facility, I guess, and it's like really, really tight tolerances, and it kind of like creeps into my personal life to where I'm just a perfectionist in everything I do now.
Yeah.
So I definitely overanalyze my editing. Like, I could probably get it done 3 days before I do, but I always go back through. I probably watch my videos, I'd say at least 15, 20 times before I actually put it out and render it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I get it. Like I've had to go by done is better than perfect, because I would just sit there and just continue to work on them.
Yeah.
Right.
And continue to tweak them and continue, to do whatever it is that
And you can overdo it. I mean,
you can.
yeah, you can have this video that's just full of nothing but transitions and flashy stuff, but it doesn't, it
Doesn't
loses.
do anything. So yeah, I try not to use any box transitions. That's like my thing. Like most of our transitions, I try to stick to it. Every once in a while, I get messed up, but we try to do everything in camera.
Yeah.
So that I can, ramp to and from stuff. And the only thing I do is like slap some cross dissolves in there if something looks wonky, because that's the edit band-aid.
I am a cross dissolve wizard.
Very cool.
So, another question you probably had a million times, but what equipment do you use for your normal videoing process?
We have a Canon M50 that we use for like our main vlogging camera. And we've got a shotgun mic mounted to that with just like a Joby Gorilla Pod on it. I'd kind of like to upgrade at some point, but for now it's doing really good. And then when we're on the bike for the handheld stuff, we have a GoPro 7. We have a 5 also, but mostly we use the 7. And it's we don't really have to mess with audio on that part because it's just ride footage and stuff. So luckily, I never really have to fight any GoPro audio. But when I do moto vlogs, I put my Hero 5 on the handlebar, and then that's pretty much all I use as far as like what I shoot with. And I, if I'm doing a garage video or something, I have a lav mic I'll put on just because if I have to turn the camera away from me with that shotgun mic, it gets quiet. And I try to be kind of picky about my audio. So if I put that lav mic on, at least the audio doesn't change as I move the camera around. But
Bad audio can ruin a video.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's the toughest thing new people struggle with that they may not even realize is when you have bad audio. I mean, it hits people right in the face when they're watching it. It's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important.
It's gotta sound good for sure.
I've actually we use a Rode mic as well on the GoPro. When I have somebody that I'm filming and I have to ask a question, I kind of get up beside it. And that is it's good enough because the first couple interviews we did, I was like way in the background and, it just came out terrible.
Yeah. If you get close, you can kind of boost it a little bit and make it sound somewhat normal.
Here's a great question from Mark at Home Bees. Does having more brilliant minds operating as a group make it easier or harder with the ideas and content? Who's answering?
Austin?
He can't hear it. It's I think it's got its like anything else you do. It's got its pluses and minuses. I mean, if you're a solo, if you're a solo YouTuber, a solo creator, you are coming up with all of your own stuff and you're having to put all your own input. And when you have 3 people, I mean, the blessing is we do have more ideas. We can play off of each other in videos. It does give me more stuff to shoot. The flip side is the cons is we have more ideas. and getting people together. I mean, getting 3 people together is not the easiest thing to keep a schedule freaking out a video every week.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest con.
Yeah,
3 different people with lives and family and lives and schedules and trying to get us all together can be a headache at times. But I do think it helps with the ideas. I think there's at least one of us always seems to have something that we can run with. But scheduling is a pain in the butt for sure. I can imagine it'd be a lot easier by yourself.
And you know what? It's a tough balance. And I mean, I don't know if he's on here, but I mean, he's a guy I know that the 5 of us know, and that's Roll Tide. And he put out a video, and he doesn't put out a lot of videos lately, but he put out a video a while back, sometime after Bring It Home. And he said, the channel is about my life. My life isn't about the channel. And that is,
Yeah.
If you've done this, you get that.
It's easy to let it slip away too. Like, you can let it consume you, which I've done.
Yeah, but even when you bury in an edit, I'll go on there have been a couple of times, after the New York City Bike Show, when I put that video out, we did that on a Sunday, and I cranked that video out for Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So I cranked that entire vlog out in less than 24 hours, and it was a bender. So it's plus a trip to New York. It was exhausting. So
yeah, we don't do a great job of giving George a lot of time to edit. It seems like we're always running behind. We can't seem to get ahead to where the what he's editing today is for next week, not this week. We're always under the gun, I feel like, and that's something we all know. The 3 of us know we got to get better at. It's hard though.
It's so hard to get ahead.
We tried.
Yeah, we did really good there for a while. We got probably 3 or 4 weeks ahead.
Absolutely.
And it was great. but then I got lazy.
Larry,
Question everybody wants to know.
will the 80th Sturgis rally happen in 2020?
Heck yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yes, it's going to happen.
I think so.
We will officially know on June 15th, but
Yes. I think we're moving in the right direction. I mean, just from the numbers and the science of it, and then just states opening up now and starting to try to get back to normal. I think we're moving in the right direction. Barring a setback, I think it's going to happen. Like you guys were saying earlier, it's just such a big part of their economy for the year that it's going to kill them if they have to cancel it. It's like it's really going to kill them financially. What do you guys think?
I think it's got to happen. I mean, it's a lot of people in one spot, which nobody wants to hear about right now. But it is half of the income of an entire community, an entire area, and it's people who pay their mortgage and their taxes, out of 6 or 8 weeks of the year where they make their income. So it's the financial impact of that is intense.
Yeah. So while we're talking Sturgis, do you want to tell everybody, or those that don't already know, Blacktop, what your plan is for Sturgis?
Yeah, we're going up. Geez, I don't even remember the days now. I think it's like the 8th, 9th, and 10th, if I remember right. So we're going to go up, I think, on like Thursday or Friday. Let me look at the calendar here.
We might add a day.
Yeah, we might add a day. I don't. We're going to do with the first weekend of the rally on Saturday. We're going to go to the Full Throttle and have kind of like a little mini meet. So anybody that wants to meet us or punch us in the face for sucking really bad at YouTube,
Bring it on.
Yeah, come to Full Throttle and buy us a beer at least before you punch us. But yeah, we're gonna have like a little mini meet and just kind of hang out with everybody. I think
that's cool.
Yeah, and I think you guys are getting there like the day after we plan to come home. So
yeah,
I think we might add a day just so we can hang out a little bit.
That'd be cool if you could, but don't kill yourself for us.
Well, I mean, the alternative is to go back to work.
We don't want to do that. So.
That's true.
Being Sturgis.
That's true.
Yeah. Yep.
What are you planning on doing for what are you doing for staying out there? Like, you don't have to say where you're staying, but are you camping or are you getting
Absolutely
hotel?
We're not gonna camp.
No.
We decided to splurge and get a hotel in Rapid City this time. So
nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be a change.
She's done with the camping. Done, huh? Done.
I can do like at a lake or something, but camping at the Buffalo Chip, man, that was hell. 3 times.
Yeah.
And every year we were like, we're not going to do this again. And then we went back the next year. We're not going to do this again. This sucked. And we're back the next year. Now I'm done. No more. So.
Yeah. So you guys can see why I got a hotel.
I don't blame you. I can't do the camping anymore. I feel like every time I've gone tent camping, it rained on us. Our tent wasn't like completely waterproof, and I ended up soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never really goes in your favor, I guess.
I'm not into it.
Favorite thing to do? What's your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do is people watch, which is weird, but we just like to sit at a bar in Sturgis and just look at all the people.
I'm down with that.
No, we're people watchers.
Yeah,
I love it.
Everybody's true self comes out in Sturgis. So
everybody's letting loose and just relaxing.
Yeah,
it's fun to see.
Nobody's holding back. It's great. So it's fun to watch.
White Mess has got a lot of questions. Where's the best place to grab a bite to eat at Sturgis?
The turkey leg stand.
We know Heather's.
What bar is it?
By One-Eyed Jacks.
By One-Eyed Jacks.
I don't know. Like, we always just kind of randomly stop places. Like, I went to a place in what's that town? Keystone. It's like southwest of Sturgis. And we stopped at a little bar there, and they had one of the best pulled pork sandwiches I had. Pulled pork, right? So it's pretty hard to screw up.
In South Dakota.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I
So
remember that.
there's so many, like, you weren't with me.
Oh.
Yeah, there's just a ton of those little mom and pop places. So it's fun to just hit them all.
They kind of sell the same stuff around the
Yeah.
rally just because it's such a big crowd. It's usually pulled pork sandwiches and chips
Yeah.
and hamburgers.
It's bar
So
food.
it's- yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly
Yeah.
just bar food. But I mean, there's restaurants too. You got Bob's Family Restaurant there right on Sturgis, Maine. And we've never eaten there, but I've heard really good things about it. But what?
Isn't that where the
Yeah, 81 hangs out there, which, you know, it's if you don't want to hang around one percenters,
Yeah.
I guess, you know, don't go there. But I've heard they got good food. So I think we might try it this year.
That's what the devil about turkey legs.
I love them. Oh, so good.
Turkey legs.
That's my thing. And I will eat the whole thing.
She
Nice.
really, like, I don't know how she does it. Just gnaws on that thing.
Mhm.
Turkey legs are like a medieval times thing out here. I feel like we should see it
Yeah.
everywhere.
Like,
Or the Renaissance fair.
So, you put out a video this week with a little bit of an update on your channel. Do you want to fill anybody in that didn't get to see that?
Yeah, I guess, you know, if you didn't watch it, I'm taking a little bit of a break. I'm going to take a couple weeks off and just do me. And then when I come back, I'm going to, instead of put out a video every week, I'm going to go to every 2 weeks so I can put out a little better polished video and give me a little more sanity in the process.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I get it. You've been a video a week for how long now?
I've been doing it just at a year. Yep. And it's been fun, but it's challenging at times for sure.
Yeah.
So, especially when it's slow. So it'll be nice to kind of just step back a little bit and take it in.
finish the garage.
We'll see. Yeah.
There's the garage.
We'll see what happens to the channel. I get pretty consistent views and commenters, so everybody's really cool. Hopefully they'll stick around. We'll see what the algorithm does, but there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
No,
And you actually,
go ahead. Sorry. Go.
I was gonna say, your numbers have actually like blown up like since October now.
Yeah, it's been really good. And February, like January, February was really good. Oddly, it was strange being wintertime, but I guess people are inside watching YouTube. And then it slowed down quite a bit. But then I put this video out this week, and it's kind of jumped up again. So
wow.
I've had a really good response. So it's humbling, I guess. People enjoy it. Seems like so.
It seemed like you were growing pretty steady, and then, you know, because obviously we upload on the same day, so I'm always like, when I'm in the morning checking my, you know, initial upload stats, I'm always checking out the Blacktop Devil channel, you know, because I'm on at that time as well, so it's great. But it seems like you had some really steady growth after bringing it home, and then you put out the cup holder video. And I don't know if that's the video that did it, but from the outside, it seems like it was the video that did it. And you went from like 3 to 5, or from like 2 to like, it seemed like it was 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
For me, what seemed to be like overnight.
Well, the two biggest videos was right before Bring It Home. I put out how to engage parade mode. You know,
Oh yeah,
whatever they call it. That was a really good video for me.
Blew up.
And then beginning of December, we did the 5 things we hate about Sturgis and the 5 things we love about Sturgis. And that hate video got tons of views. And, you know, because people love to hate on people that hate. So there's a lot of negative comments, but there was a lot of people that agreed with us too. But it gained the channel a lot of traction. So, yeah, that was, you know, and then it gave me like a false sense of hope because like it went up, and then I had nothing really else to put out because it was winter and Christmas was coming up and stuff. So then it just kind of leveled out. But
Yeah.
it was, you know,
It's okay.
yeah, it was a good dopamine pump there for a while.
Yeah, no, it's fun watching those numbers go up.
First, like,
Well, George,
I said, you called me up one day. You were like, Blacktop's videos on the zero page. Like, what?
Yeah, that was cool.
yeah,
I don't know if it's still there or not, but
I'm like, damn it, I got a cup holder.
it's funny because I mean, I don't know about YouTube, but I personally don't love doing the reviews. It feels weird to me doing the review stuff, but those have been some of our best videos as far as numbers anyway.
you know,
Yeah.
people get on YouTube to look at how to do stuff and to see what something's like. I mean, I do it all the time with camera gear and stuff. So
People watch them.
Yep.
people want to know other people's opinions, so they do really well. And I'm with you. I don't love doing them. They're real that freaking tab muffler video. it was great.
Stressful.
It was a stressful video, but it turned out. I thought it turned out good, but it was hard to do. It took like a month, you know, because I had to kind of ride around and get good sounds, and it was tough.
Yeah, that was some of your best B-roll though. That the B-roll on the tab mufflers, man, that was on point.
I'm trying to work on my B-roll game.
That's nice. Yep.
Yeah, Knuckles for sure. That's people like that stuff. And you know, when as a creator, when you can help somebody make a decision on something, especially if they're looking at it, you know, it's a good thing. It's good to help people out. I appreciate videos that I watch that help me make a decision. So, you know, it works out.
People don't think about that. I mean, I had to fix my wash machine, and you know what? I went to YouTube.
Yeah.
And fix my wash machine because of YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's you know, any niche is the same way, you know. But
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Austin?
Not going good. It's not going good. It's bad for me right now.
You can hear bird
It's
apparently.
really bad.
Just sitting there drinking.
I got that going, this going, and it's still all lagging. So I'm listening to it 3 times. It's bad.
Oh man.
that's funny.
I'm just here smiling and nodding.
Which you're doing well because we know you can't hear them. So
Yeah, I can hear them through the live feed through YouTube, but it's lagging from here to there to here.
Yeah.
Oh.
yep.
So I was like, yeah, I can hear them, but it's lagging. I can't answer to them or anything like that right now.
Yeah. You nod 20 seconds later.
That's good.
Too bad you spent all that money on that bike, or you could just afford to get some new electronics.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you tell us about the bike? How does it feel to be back on it?
It feels great to be back on it. I mean, it was a lot of work. I can't believe to reveal it to everybody. Only a few have seen it.
That video is coming, and I think people don't understand. It's you had it down to the frame. I mean, the rear fender
Pretty much.
I think the rear fender and the trans are probably the only things that stayed in there. But
Yeah, pretty close to that. Yeah.
It was stripped, that's for sure.
So it's I still have one more part to put on, which we gotta collaborate on that, talk about that, to completely black it out. But everything else has been done, and we'll go from there.
Knuckles TV wants to know how it handles.
How it handles, I think it handles great. It feels better than the normal 19 size tire that was on there. This 180 handles around the corners like it's so stable. It really is. It's hard to explain. It's one of those things where you have to get on it and just lean it as much as you can, and the confidence level and everything just goes with it. it's amazing. It's a really stable bike. I like how it feels.
Says he wants to do the conversion so bad. Well, when you see this bike, you're going to want to do the conversion really bad because the bike looks pretty good.
Thank you.
Number 2.
It was part of our resolutions.
David Atwell.
Yeah.
Look who it is. Old
Oh.
David Atwell.
That's
Living the life up in Alaska.
David he's the guy who rides.
David put some miles on, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he's doing in Alaska, but I know when he was down here, he put some miles on the bike.
Dodging moose.
He's probably pretty anxious to get out of there. Oh, he rode today.
Rode the 883 today.
Oh, that's his wife's bike.
Wife's
Yeah.
bike? Nice. All right, so I got another question. This one's probably cheesy, might put you on the spot because you got a lot more videos than we do, but what's your personal favorite video of all the videos you've made?
Ooh.
I think I know the answer.
Man, you're gonna have to give me a minute to think about that one.
And
Oh, geez.
Lady Devil can answer that too, what her favorite is.
Probably episode 5 when we went to Arches.
Yeah.
Episode 5 of our 2,000 Miles in the Sun series. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did
That wasn't the train ride one, was it?
No, nope.
That
No.
three.
That was the train
Yeah.
ride was 3. Yep,
Yeah.
Okay.
that was my
That's
favorite.
either episode 4 or 5 of that playlist.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's gonna be mine because the trip was just awesome.
And the
Yeah.
editing was really good. You did a good job.
I actually had time to like sit down and edit.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice to be able to polish it up somewhat decent, I guess.
I like
Yeah.
our camping trip from last year too.
Yeah.
What month was that?
I don't remember. July, I
We
think.
went camping at a local lake here,
Yeah.
and that was a
Well.
fun video.
I think my favorite one was episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was that called? 2,000 Miles in the Sun?
1,000 Miles in the Sun. It was the Monument Valley video. When we went down to Monument Valley through Colorado and
Yep.
into Utah and Arizona. That was awesome.
Weren't quite sure where Monument Valley was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We felt so
Yeah.
stupid.
Where's the damn
Where's
sign?
the sign? We want to take a picture.
That series, I mean, if there's anybody in the side chat or anybody watching this who hasn't watched that series, I mean that series is,
That's our favorite.
yeah, it's that's something to be proud of, the way you guys put that together. And it's funny, we were standing at Bring It Home, and I remember specifically this guy asked you, "Oh, did you guys just get back from the 2,000 Miles in the Sun?"
Yeah.
Like, people just think it like flies up onto YouTube.
No.
Yeah, edited that on the fly.
Weeks to edit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weeks.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bring It Home kind of got right in the middle of that playlist as I was releasing it. So I was like, yeah, screw it. So I released Bring It Home between episodes 5 and 6 on that.
Yeah.
But it worked out.
But Bring It Home had to get up. I mean, it was kind of a time sensitive thing.
Yeah,
that people were
definitely.
looking
That was one of
for.
those that, everybody kind of had to get it out right away. So
We were in the same boat, but we had 3 days to ride home.
Yeah.
makes it tough.
Yeah. It made it tough. And we took a long way home because of all that weather that came across.
Oh, yeah.
We went north through Eureka Springs and caught rain in Eureka Springs. And then we headed east at a Springfield.
Mm.
And then through across that part of the country, which is pretty boring and flat. But,
Yeah.
I think our second day we turned in 750-ish
Wow.
miles from Springfield to Dayton, Ohio.
Mhm.
As our buddy John says, we were hauling the mail.
A long day.
I bet.
All in the mail.
Hauling the mail. What is the most common problem you have on a long trip?
George, take over for a second. I need a second.
Yep.
What's our most common problem? We don't really
We don't
have. We've been pretty lucky.
It's
I
kind of
think-
a pain to get everything packed and kind of situated and know where's, this is going here, this is going here. But after like day 3, we've got it down to a science, and we, it's super easy to unpack and repack. That's probably our first couple days.
It's funny though, because you like you'll get everything packed in the bike right where you want it, and like 6 hours later, it's just a
mess again.
it's a mess. But then you kind of well, this doesn't have to be completely perfect in this spot, and so
Especially you guys you're pretty particular about how you pack your bike. Yeah.
you bring a lot of crap, and like
Well, your camera bag takes up most of it.
the camera stuff takes up a bunch, but then like where we live, it's like so up and down temperature wise.
Yep.
Any time of the year, so it's like you got to bring winter riding gear and summer riding gear all along with you. It makes it tough.
Yeah, I know when we went to bring it home, it was the first time I was traveling as a vlogger, and I'm packing, the MacBook. You're packing GoPro stuff because I'm like, I got to download footage at the end of every day because you only have so many, memory cards. You don't want to lose stuff. It's it's a lot of stuff. It takes up space. I think the worst problem with a long trip is they're not long enough.
Yeah.
Right. That's the biggest problem with a long trip is they're just not long enough. Yeah.
So here's a question we haven't seen before.
Oh, Knuckles.
Knuckles obviously has not heard the answer to this.
No, I'm not planning on getting my own bike right now.
She likes to hang out on the back and sightsee and fall asleep, and
I fall asleep a lot.
Yeah, it's her relaxing time.
Yeah.
So
not right now.
And I really enjoy having the camera girl back there because I'm staring at the highway, staring at the lines, and she's checking out all. He's laughing. She's checking out all the cool stuff that I don't get to see, so it works out.
Yeah.
But I have had her. We have a little scooter, a little Yamaha Vino, and she has ridden that.
We saw the scooter. We saw the scooter, Blacktop.
Yeah, I put some scuffs on that thing.
Yeah.
Scuffs on my knee too.
Favorite tune that makes you twist the throttle?
Oh,
I know what Bert's is. You could go watch his Road Glide video and see what that is.
I do like some Moonshine Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what song? I have to. It's by Maylene and the Sons of Disaster.
Metal or what is
No, you know what it is.
I don't know that.
No, I've never heard of that.
So if you're listening to this right now and watch it, look it up. It's Maylene and the Sons of Disaster, and I gotta find the song because it's like it just makes you want to ride really fast.
I like that.
Oh, Step Up. The name's Step Up. And it's not like we're metalheads, but it's not metal really. It's like this 70s metal, but like I don't know, it's good. It's good. You have to you'll know once you hear it. But yeah, once it starts, you just want to roll the throttle.
What about you, George?
You know me. I mean, I'll be listening to some Willie Nelson going down the road because some Merle Haggard, some Mama Tried. I mean, when you pull up next to these three bikes at a light and we've all got the radio going, it's got to be comical.
Austin's got some Pitbull going.
Austin's got some Pitbull going. Bert's got Moonshine Bandits, and I've got Old Country. It's just.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
We sometimes ride with this guy Rory, and Rory's like, he doesn't have a bike. He's got an old like a early 2000s Dyna. Oh no, Softail.
Softail Custom 2007.
And he's like, will you all just get on the same channel?
He's old.
He's behind three baggers with three different sounds going on. That's great.
That is funny.
Yeah, it's usually when it's just me, it's like Slayer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We like Lamb of God when we're.
Yeah,
You
Lamb
know,
of God.
I also put Imagine Dragons on and stuff, but when I have the lady with me, it's Pitbull or reggaeton.
Or what? Say that again.
Reggaeton.
Yeah, we don't have captions.
I thought you like country, Austin.
What?
I thought you like country.
Oh. Look at him shaking his head.
Yeah.
You had a phase.
Ah.
Top.
ZZ Top.
La Bamba.
I love ZZ Top. Although we did see ZZ Top last year at OC Bike Fest, and they were terrible. They were like a bucket list band for me. I mean, I've been playing in cover bands my whole life. Every band I've been in has played some ZZ Top, and here I am. I get to see ZZ Top, and they were like skeletons and terrible.
It's like go watch the cartoon that Coco and see the mariachis with the skeletons. That's what they look like.
Yeah,
It was rough.
that was disappointing.
OC Bike Fest has got some. They've stepped up their game this year. I don't know if we're gonna get to go or we haven't cemented plans. Bert says we're going, but I mean they've got who they've got this year. Joan Jett. I mean,
Billy Idol, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock puts on a good show.
Who else? Austin. Shoot.
Can't play a full song.
Oh, Kicks is there.
It's
It
a
was
good show though.
Super good.
Yeah, Kicks.
Sorry.
who puts on a good show?
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. Like he doesn't play a full song. He just jumps from song to song to song to song. He puts on a hell of a good show.
George loves Kid Rock. Loves
Saw
him.
them in Sturgis 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
How was Kid Rock when you met him?
I've never met him.
Yeah, I haven't met him.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you met him.
No,
Oh.
we didn't get to meet him.
We were in a bar with him in Nashville, and he was a tool.
Really?
Yeah.
Big head or what?
He was a tool. He was
How much
inconvenient.
for those backstage passes I was trying to get?
I'm telling you.
Calling his name.
He was inconvenienced by his fame, which drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know. So
Ah, yes. George Thorogood is also going to be there.
ah,
Nice.
there's the
Joan Jett.
I've never seen Thorogood either. I mean, he's another guy. You spend a lifetime listening to his music. I've never seen him. You know.
I have high expectations now because that what do you call it? We saw a couple years ago. What was the band we saw? I'm having a brain fart. No, sings Alabama, the Alabama song.
Leonard Skinner.
Leonard Skinner.
They were so good, man. That was such a good concert. And then I was hoping last year would be the same way with ZZ Top, but it was a bust.
Yeah, it was a tough thing. So, if money were no object, what bike would you be riding?
Oh man. You know, I'd probably be on a West Coast chopper.
There you go.
Yeah, I when I went to
Old school, okay.
Sturgis in 03, and I didn't get to meet Jesse James, but he was there and I saw him. I was, pretty close to him, 15 feet or so. And he had all of his bikes like lined up. And I liked his style. I liked that West Coast chopper style.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, and I didn't have a bike even of my own in 03. And so that's kind of what got me into V-twins. I was like, okay, it's time, So yeah, and they're not cheap. They're like 80 grand, which is a lot to me. So I'd probably be riding one of those.
Yeah, his stuff is all. I love his philosophy that a bike should run. Like when he did the biker build off with Orange County, and his whole thing was my bike you get out and ride. It has more gas tank on it.
Yeah.
And he built that bike with that stainless steel frame. I mean, his stuff is really
Yeah, he's a talented dude for sure.
And have you seen the guns that he's making now? Have you been?
Yeah,
Good God, man, they are gorgeous.
yeah, they are.
I mean, the engraving and stuff that goes into those pistols is just absolutely insane.
Yeah,
And
he makes some cool stuff.
yeah, his stuff is really neat.
Yeah,
I like Mike Coffey's answer.
Huh?
All of them.
All of them?
yeah.
All of them.
What
You
about you
said
guys?
money was no object.
Anything? I mean, I would still be on a road glide. I would just be on a much nicer road glide.
Yeah,
Same here.
I mean, that's there's a company I know Bert likes. I mean, I would. What's the name of the
Hamptons.
Hampton Designs, Hampton something.
Yeah.
Out of North Carolina, I think it is.
Yeah.
And we have a Hampton bike in 2 of our videos. In the Ocean City video, we came across somebody with a Hampton bike.
Yep.
And that same guy was in the Atlantic City Motorcycle Show, had the bike entered.
Yeah.
We have one of their road glides in both bikes. You know, I'd like to be on a CVO. I would ride a CVO.
yeah. If I had to take her into account too, it'd probably be a CVO road glide.
Yeah. The beard would be on a Challenger. Them's fighting words.
Fat chance.
Anonymous knows how to start the party.
Fat chance. I got the real thing.
There
you go.
Here comes the hate mail.
I got the real thing. Why would I do that? Oh, jeez.
Maybe I need to rent a Challenger for Sturgis. Oh,
He's just been uninvited.
That's fine. He's already sleeping on the
Still
couch,
wheels.
so
he's
That's
ready.
great. Yeah, there it is, right there.
Hampton Designs. Sarah Pagano. Look at you live on here.
Their paint jobs are just—I've never seen anything like their paint jobs. It's amazing.
Sarah's got to get Michael to go buy a bike, I think. So Sarah's a friend of mine from Jersey who we worked together as nurses years ago, and she just relocated to North Carolina and is loving it.
Don't blame.
Loving it.
North Carolina, huh?
North Carolina's a cool state. Mountains.
Got nice riding.
Yeah, nice riding. You guys saying that's a possibility? Not Arizona? Would you come east?
Never.
Nope. Sorry, guys.
Oh man, you got to come east at some point.
Although I've only been in North Carolina, well, twice, I guess, but when I was in the Smoky Mountains, like I came down this road and there's a tobacco field. And the smell of like fresh tobacco growing in a field is pretty it smells pretty good. And I don't smoke. It doesn't smell anything like a cigarette.
No.
It's cool. I mean, yeah. But too humid for the family jewels there.
Yeah, it gets humid over here too.
It gets pretty bad here with all of our corn,
Very humid.
irrigation and stuff.
So, have you ever had Jersey corn?
No, I don't think so.
I've never had Nebraska corn. I'd love to
Do we have to do
do
corn
a challenge.
Have a
Yeah, man.
do we have to have a corn swap?
corn
Jersey
exchange.
corn is something else, man.
We have to.
I'm down.
Jersey corn is something else. I'll tell you what.
This sounds like a YouTube video. We're doing a corn.
Yeah, I'm vlogging this.
Pick it ourselves.
Yep.
I'm
We got the best corn 3 miles down the road, man.
Nice.
It's all,
I don't know. Nebraska corn's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
send
figure
you
it
some
out. Yeah.
once it
That's
grows.
In July.
Corn porn.
Corn.
Oh boy.
Video.
That's the Badgers. The Badgers are they're starting a website. I'll make sure we link that below. Actually, supportbikers.com. That we are Blacktop Devil's a part of it. We're fortunate enough to be a part of it, and there's a lot of moto vloggers on there. And if you are a moto vlogger, and this is the first time you're hearing about it, go there, register yourself, get your links up, get your profile pick up, so people can find you. Yeah, I think it's going to be a very cool thing.
Or if you're a small business, if you're a biker that owns a small business or any business, you can register on there.
So very excited about it.
Yeah, I am too. That's going to be a great resource.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's blowing up the last few days, man. The
Yeah.
numbers are crazy. He's got some pretty big names supporting him, so
Yeah.
getting big.
Mhm.
Send
I don't know if you saw. Did you guys see Maxwell's video yesterday or today? Yesterday, I think.
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, he was plugging it. That was cool.
Yeah, he talked about it for quite a while in his video. And
Yep.
it was a nice plug.
Yeah. Anonymous Spiker got a little cameo there. His mouse hovered over and he popped up.
I was happy that we got the scroll by, and then I saw Anonymous is like stuck on the screen. I'm like, why is John screen froze? Anonymous says he's on there. Yep. Yeah, we noticed, buddy. We noticed. So it's gonna be a cool site. I don't think there's anything out there that's like it. I mean, probably the closest thing to it is if you're on the YouTube platform, if you're on Instagram, is support MVC.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is
I'm looking forward to it just for when we're on the road. Like,
yeah.
you know, pull into a town at night to stay or something and try to hit up a biker owned restaurant, or, you know, there's a bike shop I can go check out, or I don't know, you know, it's not stuff I normally would look for. So it's kind of nice to have something right there. So hopefully it'll take off.
So trying something new that I haven't done that other people do. We just put the link for the live chat in the side chat. If you're interested in getting on here, if you have any questions for Blacktop, or you just want to pop in and say hi, we just posted the link for the live stream.
Ooh. So you would go on. How you liking the street, Bob?
Oh man, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's nice to have my bike.
Mhm.
Yeah, she gets it. Like, you know, we got the Ultra for us,
Yeah.
you know, so we could go on long trips with it. And I really missed having a small bike to do cool stuff with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really liking it. Hopefully I can get some stuff done to it. I was going to do a stage 4 over the winter, but that didn't happen. Would have been good content, but yeah, just life got in the way, I guess. But someday, you know.
Yeah.
That's what you ride to work, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's good. It's nice and light, nimble. You know, I can throw it around. So
The funny thing is, it's not a light bike. Like
It's
my Softail is the same way. It's not a light bike. But after you get off a bagger and you get on this bike with no fairing and no bags and everything else, it's like, wow, it's so nimble, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah. I think it's still like 600 pounds or something, but it just feels
Mhm.
light to me. I throw it around pretty easy.
yeah.
We actually we were riding it around the other night, and I pulled the front wheel up for the first time.
Yeah, that was scary.
Scared her to death. I was a little surprised. But, yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. As a passenger, you're probably not.
Yeah. Hey, Knuckles, what's up?
Hey.
Knuckles.
What's happening? What's happening, y'all?
Let's all finish this.
Might as well.
How y'all doing?
What's going on,
Good,
man?
man. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Glad to see this live stream, man. I'm glad I was able to make it. Check y'all out, man. This is good stuff.
Heck yeah. You're in Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
How's the
Let's say it.
pandemic going down there for you?
It's opening back up, man. We've got restaurants that are kicked back open already that are doing only 25% of their capacity though, and some stores are opening up. But we did have another extension to like the 28th, I believe, of this month. So if they haven't opened up yet, they're not able to just yet still. But people are getting out, man. I'm still a little nervous, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got an extension up here in New Jersey too for another 30 days.
30
Yes, sir.
days.
Yeah. I
I'm
hear
over
you.
it.
There's going to be nothing to open up when they decide to open up.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because I had a whole trip planned up to Minnesota, man, to go see Andrew turn Midwest, and from there we were supposed to ride up to Canada in June, and I don't even know if that's going to happen now. So we'll have to see how it works out.
Yeah, it sucks. OJ, what's up, man? How are you?
You hear us?
I don't think OJ has sound.
Still muted. There it is.
There, now it's off.
There you go. There it is. What's going on, man? How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Hanging in there.
I was saying Blacktop needs to send you some field corn to try out from Nebraska.
Field corn.
Real tasty.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I'm thinking you ship the field corn in a separate package.
You have to figure out which is the field corn and which isn't.
Oh,
Man, oh, man.
I remember when I was a kid, I lived in Vermont, and we had a cornfield right in front of our house that we were renting. My dad was in the military, so we were renting a house. And the people down across the road were farmers, and they had cattle, and the cornfield was theirs. And I snuck in there and snagged some of the corn, and we took it home and cooked it to eat, and it was horrible. It wasn't for us. It was for the cows. So that's terrible. It was horrible.
We have a lot of people down here who do grow feed corn. I mean, most of the farms, probably between my house and the next town over, are not edible corn. It's all feed corn.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of it, but we're proud of our Jersey corn, man. That stuff is sweet. It is good.
It's a meal in itself.
And it's a South Jersey thing, because up north it's not the same.
Hey, I got a question for Blacktop real quick.
Sure.
Hey, I don't know. I apologize if it's already been asked, like my other question. But how long you been riding, man? And what got you into riding?
I've been riding probably like 30 years, but street bikes probably only a little 22 maybe. I started out on like little mini bikes and just went to dirt bikes with my friends after that, and then kind of got into, my buddies had sport bikes, so I'd just borrow those and kind of ride around with them and stuff. And then after my first trip to Sturgis, like I said earlier, I kind of got interested in V-twins. So I ended up with a Kawasaki Mean Streak. And it was a 1600 shaft driven. That thing was a beast.
Oh, yeah, right on. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had
That's dope.
Probably 6 years. I think I own that. And then she was starting to we got together, and then we started taking some trips and stuff, just short things like 30 miles, 60 miles. And that Mean Streak wasn't very good. Yeah, it wasn't good for that. I was doing like some long trips with my dad on it, and it hurt my neck and stuff. So once she started riding with me and she liked it, that's when we decided to get the Ultra and get a touring bike so she could go with me comfortably for long trips. But
right on.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The little mini bikes, that kind of started a lot of people out. It was a little Honda 50.
Yeah. I think it's cool, man, that I know a lot of people that ride now have started back, dirt bikes and four wheelers and stuff, and then jump to street bikes. But I think it's awesome that people that haven't ever ridden or been around bikes that get involved with people that have, and the community, they show, the community shows how awesome it is to this person, and it makes them want to get a bike and learn how to ride. I think that's really cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
It's a good community. Everybody is friendly, and I don't know, it's great.
Dave Atwell, man, we miss you too. I only rode him a couple times, but he's a good dude.
We do.
Good dude, man. He showed us an awesome time up in Laconia a couple years ago, man.
He did.
He's from up that way. He took us on some amazing roads, man. Some good food. Yeah, Dave's a good dude, man. I miss him.
Finishing out his military career in Alaska.
Yeah, Air Force guy. Was stationed down here in McGuire and then transferred up to Alaska. What's that base called? Anybody know? Austin, you know the name of that base?
What?
Can you hear me, Austin?
Anchorage?
We're David.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Anchorage. I think he's with the knee.
Yeah, somewhere to knee. Elmendorf?
Might be Elmendorf, yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Whatever. So, Knuckles, what do you got planned for the next couple months for your channel?
Man, I really don't know. Just for the simple fact of, with my channel, it's I don't really like to do a lot of just plain moto vlogs, like you guys said, but the trips is what I usually do, and going out to different restaurants or hitting some different areas, some breweries and stuff like that as well. But with everything the way it is, man, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna have going on. But then we'll also do the mud and stuff with the Can-Am, and then camping as well. So I know we're gonna be going this weekend. The mud park opened up last weekend, so I think we're gonna go try to see how it is this weekend, Saturday. And if it's too packed, I probably won't stay. But if it's not too bad, we'll probably stay in, and so I can get a video out of that. But I don't have too much as far as like installs either, man, because I don't have anything. I got laid off, so I don't really have a lot of money coming in. So trying to figure out, how to work that out. So, but the trip in June was going to be a really, really good chance for me to get some content. But like I said, I don't know if that's going to happen yet. So I just have to play it by ear, brother, and see how it works out, man.
Was that early or late June? Was that supposed to be?
It was at the beginning of June. The beginning of the weekend. I think we were leaving on the 6th of June or something like that. We were leaving on a Thursday.
Yeah, that sucks. Well,
Yeah.
it works out. Who knows? We still got a month in between there.
Yeah.
So, OJ, I'm not sure. Do you have a channel or you just watch? You have a channel? What's your channel?
It's just under my name.
Just your name?
Yeah.
And you do a motovlog, or what do you?
I have been. I've been doing moto vlogs, and I'm starting to repost videos. So we started a project about 3 years ago of trying to travel to all the counties in our state and just try to cover things that maybe people don't know about the county. And so trying to repost all those onto YouTube. They were just all on Facebook, and then start season 2 hopefully this summer.
Cool.
Do some motorcycle related content.
And he's a fellow Nebraskan, if you couldn't tell by the flag.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Heidi Princess says we can always bounce over to TikTok. I struggle with TikTok. That is the new big.
I can't. I think you have to have apps to be on TikTok, which I don't have.
Yeah.
We need to get Stevie Foe on here so we can just take it over with Huskers.
All Nebraska.
3 New Jersey and 3 Huskers, huh?
Yeah.
That's good. So
what is the big ride that isn't there a big event up there in New Jersey, New York area? Like a big rally?
big rally. There's
Barricade
Florida
and
Shore.
Laconia up north.
That's the Jersey rally, and that's you know, it's a rough rally. It's a 1%er rally.
What's that?
It's Roar to the Shore.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean, that's like the Jersey rally. I mean, then there's the Americade, like Austin said, up in Lake George. We have Ocean City, which is within an hour's ride. Thunder in the Valley, which is Johnstown, which is a couple hours out. You guys went to Gettysburg last year. That's not far away. That's another rally. It's trying to grow, I think. And there's Seaside Island tried to get one off the ground a couple of years going, and it's just failed. So it's a rough crowd.
Yeah.
The Jersey crowd.
The biggest rally Jersey has is the Roar to the Shore, which is in Wildwood, New Jersey. But like George said, that's kind of been overrun with 1%ers, so it's kind of killed the vibe and the crowd. That's not a huge rally. It's a small town, so it's not like the big rallies.
yeah.
The biggest rally that's a real legit known rally, I think, would be Laconia in New Hampshire.
Ocean City.
What's the one at Sandoval to last year?
Sandoval went to Laconia, I believe.
You rode to one somewhere up in New York.
No, Sandoval and John Maxwell both went to Laconia last year, and that is
Okay, that's the one.
Yeah, that's New Hampshire.
That's actually the oldest rally in the country. It's older than Sturgis. It's like they're closing in on. Yeah, like 90.
97th, because we went to the 95th.
Right.
Or 96th. Yeah.
All right, Ken Folk, I'm gonna hop off, man, just in case anybody else wants to get on. Boys, I appreciate y'all letting me on. Blacktop, Miss Blacktop, y'all keep up the great work, man. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, thanks, Knuckles.
Later, Knuckles.
All right, brother. Y'all be safe.
Peace. Yeah, Laconia is a big one.
So, Blacktop, you have any ideas for your bike? Any new mods coming up for your bike?
Not right off the top of my head. No, I just want to ride the damn thing.
I don't have to record anything.
We haven't said it while we've been live, but before this started, we were talking. And it's supposed to snow tonight, so that's fun.
You keep that down there by you.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It won't accumulate.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They
So
were talking about snow close to us this weekend.
really? No.
Maybe the Poconos, maybe? Somebody close is supposed to be hitting snow this weekend.
Yep.
Keep that stuff.
No,
So,
Austin. Well, go ahead, George.
oh no, that's all right. Who else do you watch on YouTube besides moto vloggers, or do you know?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, here, let me look.
He watches a lot of Peter McKinnon.
Yeah, you.
There it is.
Yeah, I watch a lot of like filmography stuff.
Hey, have you guys ever seen Peter McKinnon's videos?
No, I killed these guys with Peter McKinnon.
George, you're the editor. Check it out. He's
I'm a fan.
Well, he checks it out. Trust me, he watches plenty of it. We hear all about it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's mostly just like camera stuff and some music stuff. Metallica, obviously.
Joe Rogan.
Some vlog, just regular like Sarah Dici.
Yeah.
No, rhymes with Peachy.
Yeah, see, you know what's up. Here's one: The Fish Whisperer. Have you guys seen his stuff?
Oh my
No.
god. Check it out.
Wait, that sounds like something Austin would like.
This
You
guy,
will be obsessed.
he's got YouTube figured out.
Okay, he's got a pond behind his house and he feeds turtles.
Yep.
That's all he does. He just
I have a
feeds
pond
turtles.
behind my house.
Millions of subscribers. It's so
I have it in front of
good.
my house.
You have to watch it.
Like we're doing it wrong.
You just
We need to get some
Just
dad
turtles?
and feed some turtles.
Some minnows.
Yeah.
He's got a little bass. He's named Odie.
It's so
It's
good.
a catfish.
basically, all the ladies that watch cat videos are watching this guy's turtle videos.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's awesome.
you know what? My wife's probably a subscriber of his.
It's so good.
Yeah, Peter's become he's become the gold standard of YouTube. Have you found Peter Lindgren yet?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Peter Lindgren's a Swedish guy, and he is also very good.
Really?
He did yes. I'll send you his name. He does basically these B-roll videos, and then he does the entire behind the scenes of how he shot it. So it's very cool. Very cool.
I'll look him up.
How do you like the added foot pegs?
I love them, and I'm mad that we didn't get them a year ago. Oh, they're so awesome. Definitely worth the money. We haven't
Worth my money.
worth his money.
What pegs were they? What company?
What was that?
What?
What brand? What kind of pegs are they?
Zero.
Yeah, they're Ciros. It's their
They are Zero.
passenger, basically just that passenger highway peg.
And the footboards are different, right?
No, that's a hard stock.
Now, do they get in your way when you're riding or when you're?
Not when I'm riding, but I have stubby legs, so when I'm backing up or just pushing the bike forward, I kind of have to adjust them. I think it's forward. If I adjust them right, they don't mess with me. But I think when I'm going backwards, I might have that backwards. I'm kind of drunk. But if you adjust them right, they kind of it gets better. But they do get in the way. At first, I didn't think they did, but it's for her comfort. It's worth it.
It's totally, yeah.
Speaking of stubby legs, Austin, George, how do your back pegs work for you?
That's why I'm asking, because I'm only.
I have no issues with mine.
Well, your buck's lower than an inch.
I have no issues.
I'm all torso.
Yeah, you are. So.
I'm going to sub right now.
Turtle guy.
Once I put that hammock seat on, it lifted me up another inch so that I didn't need to be lifted up. So
Yeah. That's why I got my Mustang seat, because it was supposed to drop me down, but I don't think it did.
yeah.
It's
You guys looking at?
Seat sucks.
There's nothing I enjoy more than when we ride to some place that has like a gravel parking lot, and I get to watch George and Austin try to push their bikes back.
Oh,
It's
man.
just hot.
They're pushing
Oh,
them.
they're
Their
so
legs
much
are just going like this.
And then they look back and they give you that look like, please help me. Help.
Push me, push me.
Dude,
Not everybody can be 6'4".
Oh, it's so much fun.
The worst was we went on a ride with her dad and his friends, and I didn't have my bike for very long. We only had it a couple months, and I tried to have you ever tried to back up an incline? It's not that easy. So it wasn't like a huge incline, but I'm trying to back it up, and she had to get off and push the bike backwards, and I was like, oh my god.
Everybody's watching us.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's me and a bunch of Kawasaki guys, and they're just laughing at me going, you idiot.
I made Austin have to back into a parking lot that was on an incline today that didn't look like he was enjoying too much.
Actually, it wasn't too bad. It just took a while. I had to get good grip.
See, Bert has an advantage that he's so tall. We were on a ride last weekend, and he saw this dude who was just like in his car with a mask on and like two masks on, and just started laughing.
The visor,
and
he had that visor on.
And all of a sudden, we were at a stop sign, and he grabbed a fistful of front brake. Anybody else would have dropped the bike, and it was just like you saw the bike dip, and he just pulled it back up. And I was just like, nah, yeah. Get your on the ground.
That was too much, man. You see some funny stuff when you're riding. People are weird.
I was mad. I was like, he's about to drop the bike, and I don't have the camera rolling. I was so mad.
Still have not dropped the bike. Anybody else on here can say that?
No. We know Blacktop's dropped his. That's for
yeah. For you, Bert.
Were you on the back cover when you took it over?
Nope, I wasn't with him.
Yeah, both.
I would have been. You would have heard about it if I was.
I've dropped it twice, and she wasn't with me either time. Yeah, for sure. Kiss
Yeah.
me.
There you go, Austin.
Kiss moon boots. There it is. Picture of Justin's Buell. It's a cool bike.
Yep.
Cool bike. I had the pleasure of dropping the road glide with Bert at my side. It was had just rained, and I grabbed brake with the front wheel turned a little bit. I had the bike like maybe a month.
Oh man.
And
It happened so fast that it was like slow motion. It was the best.
You know you're good friends when your friends don't stick up for you.
oh man, well, it's better than that. We were not close to home, to say the least, and every red light between like 90 miles and home was every time we stopped, he would yell, "Don't drop it!"
What a good friend.
It was great. It was great.
That was a good trip.
So are all the baggers coming out to Sturgis this year?
100%.
Yeah.
Man,
Absolutely.
We actually have five couples that are planning on rolling out if everything goes according to plan.
which
We
is
we rented a VRBO house up near Deadwood, so we're ready to go, man. We just need the word.
yeah.
Tony, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Not much. Feel like we just saw you.
It's been recent, hasn't it? But you know, I wanted to congratulate you guys in front of everybody for hitting 1,000 this week. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was exciting.
We're excited. It was a nice Cinco de Mayo.
That was perfect,
Yeah.
right? We're all on a conference call, and you hit your 1,000 with one of the guys on the conference call. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It's been a grind. It's like still these days at 1,000, you're so far from monetizing that it's laughable.
Right.
But it's an awesome milestone.
It's that one step, though, right? So now you can focus on whatever else you need to get done.
Yeah. When we
Just
were,
got to do your cup holder video.
that's it. Do that.
No
Do that
joke.
video.
Do a couple Sturgis videos, you'll get them watch hours.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, even from a sub point, like when we left to go to bring it home, I think we were sitting at like 150 subs in October.
Yep.
And
Oh,
bring it home, blew it up a little bit, and then it seemed like we grinded to like 700, like really grinded to 700, and then all of a sudden we were at 1,000.
Right.
That's cool.
I mean, it's we're sitting on like 60 subs in a couple of days, which for us is awesome. Bikes, Beards, and Brews was number 995.
I know.
Thank you, Blake.
For me, being new to YouTube, I was at 350 when John did his video, and I really wasn't expecting that piece to happen too. But then all of a sudden, all the subs for YouTube, all the people liking Instagram, and then everybody going over to my Facebook. I mean, it was pretty amazing, really.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Where are you at today?
I'm right this minute at like 484. So it's went up almost 200
Wow.
Yeah,
in 24 hours.
That's
That's
awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's all it takes is somebody with 150,000 subs to say your name.
Yeah.
I mean, it is funny that way because like
Or
on
5,000.
Facebook, we've got a large following, a little over 103,000. And so it's the same way. We can put something on there and get all these views, right? And then we put something on YouTube and it's like, okay, 200 people saw that. I get that in like the first 5 minutes.
It's a tough thing, and the YouTube algorithm, it's the only way I can describe it is it's a living, breathing thing.
Right.
I mean, it is changing all the time. It is just sometimes stuff works, sometimes stuff doesn't. But I think tagging your videos is a big deal. I mean, there are tags that we've put in that worked very, very well. And then there are videos that, I've gone back to change tags on and videos have jumped. So it's unlike Facebook where you have like this big thing and you got just likes and Facebook pushes it and pushes it. YouTube has got a couple of different players involved in how your videos get pushed and seen.
It is completely unique and different. One of the biggest videos that I did was a DIY of how to pull your fuel pump out of your fuel tank. It did nothing, and then like in the last month, 1,200 views.
Yeah.
So it's like all of a sudden everybody's pulling their fuel pump out of their gas tank.
Matt Griffin said he saw us coming out sideways at Texarkana. That was a ride. We followed TJ from Arkansas to Paris. And a funny thing running to TJ, he was like, I'm going down to meet my buddy John. I'm like, John Maxwell? We flew from, I don't know, no lunch, nothing. We just rode. Rain, heat. That was a great ride.
That was literally, you worded it just right, flew.
Yeah,
because once we met up with him, there was no stopping and there was no letting go of the throttle. It was most of the wall the whole way.
Man, I still wish we'd have just stayed an extra week in Texas. We went to Texas the week before that, and we rode out there. And so we were coming back as you guys were headed to the big ride. We keep saying we just should have just stayed another week.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scouts 1000. Yeah,
Scouts is a great dude, big supporter of ours. Always sharing our stuff, always giving a shout out. So thanks a lot, man. We really appreciate your support.
He's becoming the master of the livecast. He's gotten really good the past couple of them.
Yeah,
really, really good. So
they're fun.
Well, maybe somebody can enlighten me on that. I see a lot of live casts. What's the purpose behind that other than just hanging out?
Well, I mean, I guess one purpose of it is community, getting exposure, of people who may follow your channel to other channels. I mean, that's a big part of it. An underlying part of it is watch hours for a lot of channels because it's an easy way to get a bump in watch hours.
Gotcha.
And that 4,000 watch hours, some channels makes that 1,000 subs seem like nothing. Because I mean, I know I see a lot of channels out there with, that have 2,000 subs. And when you look at some video views, the video views are really not that high. And you still need the watch hours to be able to, take that next step on YouTube if you want to.
Gotcha.
To collect that 15-cent check that I'm so waiting. So waiting.
Well, so it sounds like it pays about the same as Facebook. I'm monetized on Facebook, but I don't put videos on there monetized because they pay pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can, if you get a popular video, I mean, that helps, but it's tough.
Right.
If you definitely don't do it for money because there's not a lot there.
Right.
And it's video length too, right? I mean, is it one commercial for the 5 minutes?
Yeah. If you have it over 10, you can get a mid-roll ad. If it's over 10 minutes, but if it's 9 minutes long, you only get a before ad and an after ad. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, have you found that has influenced the way you edit, or?
I turn off my mid-roll ads because I'm not in it for the money, and I want people to enjoy my content, and I don't love watching a video that has an ad pop up in the middle of it.
Yeah.
If it's a short ad, sometimes I'll deal with it, but a lot of times, especially on Facebook, now on YouTube, I'll watch an ad, I guess, because I'm into the video. But on Facebook, if somebody sends me a video and it's right before it gets to the good part, it goes to an ad, I'll just back out. I won't even finish the video. So, yeah. So, I mean, it kind of depends on the person, obviously. But yeah, I turn off my I have ran mid-roll ads on videos, and it's usually by accident. I just forget to turn them off. But, and you can manually put them. They'll automatically put them wherever they think it needs to go, but you can adjust that and put it to where you want it. So if you're just about to reveal some information on how to do something, you can throw an ad there, and most likely they'll watch the ad because they want to find out what the info is.
Yeah.
But I'm small enough where I don't want to do that really yet to my subscribers. So I just turn them off most of the time.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah.
I wonder though, as a subscriber, so I'll use myself as an example. When I watch people's videos, John Maxwell, all of those guys that I watch, even Blacktop, if there's a ad, I specifically stay and watch it just because I know that helps them.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the same way. If it's a creator that I support, I absolutely will watch the ad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see.
So people get lucky with me because I put it on while I'm working during the day. I work from home, so I put on the YouTube.
I do that too.
And just start letting it roll. Yeah. And I'm working, so I don't even pay attention. I don't even realize the ads are playing. So anybody that I'm watching, they're getting the full watch on all the ads.
Hell yeah.
Have you seen the ads that are like 45 minutes long?
Yeah. You had one the other day at the end.
Because I walked in the house the other day and it was like 20 minutes into a 45-minute ad, and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh no.
Yeah. I've been into them too, and then all of a sudden I realized, like, what am I listening to? And I look over and I'm like, oh, it's mad.
I was talking to Steve
over 15 minutes.
Yeah, Steve from Sick Baggers the other day was telling me that his buddy called him and was like, why is there a 45-minute ad before your video? He's like, I don't know.
Well, yesterday I watched Maxwell's video and I just let it run for like 3 hours. I was like, it was just back-to-back Maxwell video. So I was like, great, maybe that helped him.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's somebody I like, I mean, it's here, play my channel at work tomorrow. If it's somebody I like, I always watch the ads.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same thing with super chats. Yeah.
That's where it comes in handy to have content that's informative, because if it's informative, people are more likely to sit through an ad. But if it's just like a vlog or something that somebody's just running across our channel, say for example, they don't know who we are. They're watching it and they're like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then an ad pops up. They're like, well, I'm out. Because they're not invested.
No investment there.
Yeah.
I used to be like that. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
there are some channels I got the mouse waiting for the 5 seconds to tick down, but it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
Brian, it keeps throwing me off every time your colors are changing in the background there.
Yeah, I've got it on animate.
Setting the mood.
So when you buying a road glide?
When?
What's that?
Man,
You know you want one. I know you want one.
I want to ride one. I want to see.
Test one soon.
I think I'll miss being able to rest my legs on my lowers. I think that's what's holding me back.
Road glides fit lowers?
Yeah, but you can't put your legs on them because there's fairing in the way. So that's part of it. But the other part is, money. And then I've messaged some local dealers and said, if you get one of these in, let me know. I'd like to come, look at it. But nobody's messaged me back.
Yes.
So.
That's it. It's a great bike.
I do like the newer ones. I didn't at first. When did they change the fairing? 15, somewhere around there.
They changed. Yeah, they changed it the year they stopped making it. They came out with the new fairing the year after.
Yeah.
So 15. 14 was Rushmore.
Yeah.
And 15 was the new Road Glides.
Yeah. So the pre-fairing, I thought those were just ugly, but I do kind of like the new ones. So, and I've heard they cut the wind better, but I've never ridden one. So, someday.
Oh yes.
They're scouts. I think they cut the wind great. I mean, I think anything before 09, I didn't like. The frame was short. Yeah. And then once they stretched the frame, they did the frame change, I think in 09 maybe.
Yeah.
When they stretched that frame, then it looked better. And then when they redid the fairing, now it looks really nice.
Yeah, I agree. They've definitely gotten better.
Well, if you don't want to buy a new bike, I wouldn't go ride a Road Glide. You're gonna want one. I mean, I used to work for a Harley Davidson dealership. Our entire goal was to get you to go for a ride.
Yeah.
Because it always ended up with a new bike. So
yeah. Yeah, it was a night and day. I mean, I went from a Softail Springer to Road Glide, so it was night and day.
Yeah, those aren't even in the same arena.
No.
I've always been a sucker for the Batwing fairing. Like that's always been my favorite. So it'd be hard to give it up.
It's got a following. My buddy 99 Are you grad? I keep telling Justin. I said, just rent the Road Glide and ride out. And he's like, I want a Batwing. So there's the Batwing faithful.
Yeah, I was actually gonna get one for the Road King from Ocean City. Well, not last year. Yeah, last year, year before, and it went back order. And I ended up canceling the order, but I was gonna get one for the Road King. I'm glad I didn't now.
Yeah, we're glad you didn't too.
Yeah.
Well, I think I heard last year was the first year that the Shark Nose outsold the Batwing.
Wow.
Or the Road Glide versus the Street Glide.
Wow, that's a big number. They sell a lot of Street Glides.
They do, and I mean that's what when I worked for Harley, that's what we sold. But then we could see we could start to see that transition. So the Road Glides kind of became the popular thing. So it was my understanding last year that the Road Glides outsold the Street Glides, which is a big accomplishment. But of course, if you have 10,000 black Street Glides, the chances of somebody wanting a Road Glide get better.
I mean, worst thing about the bike is the stock handlebars.
And the windshield, right? That little windshield.
Well, yeah,
the stock ones are just kind of crap.
They're useless. Yeah, the stock windshield's useless. I mean, it's great for around town stuff, but I mean, both Bert and I have the 14-inch Clockworks on there, and night and day for riding with the Clockworks. I mean, I've never had a windshield that you can see over easily and still not get buffeted by the wind.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, when I would sell them, I would tell the guys that were riding them, I know you can't hear the stereo on the highway, so if you'll change that windshield out first, you'll at least be able to hear the radio.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear it.
Bert doesn't have that problem. He's on stage 2. I can hear his radio.
And everybody else, right?
I had mine turned up all the way, and I can still hear that.
Yeah, you can still hear his radio. Yep.
Well, Grandma Badger, my mother-in-law, she bought a Can-Am a couple years ago when she got her license. And so I always give her a hard time because, one, you can't hear the damn bike. So I always have her start first before we start so we know that she's running. And then secondly, she pulls up blaring like Celine Dion. I'm like, nothing says badass biker like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nothing. Oh, it's awesome. Oh my gosh.
That is funny.
It's
That or
almost as bad
NSYNC.
as
I
when
mean, there's no telling what her playlist is playing,
it's,
but
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, wasn't it one of you guys jamming out to some Taylor Swift the other day?
What?
Listen, the only reason that happened. The only reason that happened is because I had the iPhone connected to the radio, and whatever radio station was on wherever we were, Taylor Swift came on. Now we were at the taco truck, and all of a sudden it was Taylor Swift, and it was loud.
It was loud.
It was.
I was embarrassed for you.
Is
the
that
funny
really
part
the
of
only
that
reason?
is Mama Badger's sitting over here to the left going, sure, that's right straight off your MP3.
I'm telling you.
Number one on the playlist.
That's right.
Number 1 and 2.
Oh my goodness.
That's rough. That's rough.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go to bed. Sorry to be a baby.
That's okay.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Oh, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Congrats on 1,000.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
It's all me.
And now the lights are red.
The disco ball will drop down here in a minute. We'll be rocking.
That is good stuff. That is good stuff.
So how much of an increase have you seen on the website in the last couple of days, Sonny?
Oh man, holy smoke! So we originally just set the map on the front to show the most recent 50, and so we had people that put on their listing 4 hours before that, going, "I'm not on the map anymore," and they were literally making new listings because they thought something happened to their listing, it fell off the map. So we had to go in and change all of that. So it's kind of a learning curve, but it's been crazy. In fact, I was just looking here and my computer's dinging with people that are putting in new listings. So we've got people from Dubai, Ireland, as you guys know, England, Africa. I mean, people from all over the world are joining. So it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
So our biggest
There's a pretty big riding community in Dubai and in UAE over there.
I bet there is, yeah.
Not surprised.
So, the biggest challenge is going to be we're going to have this influx of people. Then I just have to keep getting the word out there that I need them to go out to, the places they like to go. Like you guys, when you go to a brewery, I need you to tell that brewery, get on the map, right? Because it's everybody that's local are putting people on the map. So everybody like me, when we come into your area, we know where to go.
Right.
And so that's going to be our biggest challenge, I think.
Okay.
Well, when things get open back up, I know we hit a lot of breweries, so we'll definitely be spreading the word.
Well, that's just it. And I know a lot of us, I've seen Blacktop Devil's videos where he's going here and eating and stuff. So, it's the same thing, right? He finds a really cool restaurant and then he puts that, he has them get on the map. So then when we're in that area, we know, hey, man, this is a good place. We've seen Blacktop Devil eat here. So that ultimately is what it's going to be. And so we've also kind of went away from the purely biker-owned businesses to biker-owned and biker-friendly, which we talked about on Tuesday. So we're actually making a category that's biker-friendly. So then the person can choose, right? If I really want to spend my money with a biker, I can. Here's their business. But if I just want to spend money with like a local mom and pop shop that's biker-friendly, here's their business. So we'll let the customer choose that, but that opens it up to get a lot more stuff on there.
Yeah. Very, very cool. We talked about it briefly. For the people that may not have been here, Sonny, do you want to give just a quick synopsis of what it is that we're talking about here?
Absolutely. In fact, I have a video dropping in the morning too at like 5:30, so it'll be on my channel tomorrow. But what it is supportbikers.com is bikers supporting bikers, and ultimately, it is a listing site where if you're a biker, you can go put yourself on the site, and it drops a pin where you're at. And ultimately, that's for if I roll into town and I just want to, maybe I can message you and say, hey, where's the best place to do this? Or what's the best rides? Or let's hang out, whatever that may be. Part two is for businesses. So we want local businesses and biker-owned businesses on there so that we can go patronize them, right? Because we all know the Walmarts and the Amazons and the Targets are going to survive all this, but the people that are really taking the pounding are all the local businesses, right? So this is a way for us to get out and support them as well. And then part three, we have a listing for like motor vloggers or basically anybody with motorcycle content, but Bikers supporting bikers goes beyond just what I can buy from you. Bikers supporting bikers is I go to your YouTube channel and I watch your videos, right? I go to your Facebook and I like your social media. That's supporting a biker also. So it's just a way where the community can support each other. The thing I found out doing all the social media is there's a different group on Facebook and a different group on YouTube and a different group on Instagram. So I just wanted one place everybody could go and find everything, right? So if I want to find motorcycle content, I can go there and look at all the moto vloggers. If I want to find restaurants or hotels as I'm traveling across country, I can go to that area and find what all the bikers have put on, have got on there for me to shop, eat, whatever.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're all excited about that. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm
really hoping Sturgis actually happens because we're going, and I'm really actually looking forward to putting it to the test. On that trip, we got a 1,700, 1,800 mile one-way trip out there. And what better way to test it out than to pull up the site and see what's on there, in the area that we're going to be in.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think it's an awesome,
great resource.
I don't know how long. I don't know how long it's going to take to get to that point. Hopefully it goes quickly. But like I said, the big thing is right now we've got everybody putting their pins on, which is awesome. Now I just have to get all of those bikers and everybody out there to get their local businesses on as well. Like we have a biker owned and ran hotel up in northern Missouri. And he says lots of people stop there on their way to Sturgis. So it's that type of stuff, right? Because if we don't have that type of stuff, we pull into town and what do? We find the Best Western, the Holiday Inn, whatever we're familiar with when there's better places.
Hey, Sonny, one thing maybe you could do is if you could make a template of like a business card that we could put in and print off on our printers, and we could take that little business card around and hand it to those businesses.
Yeah, we could do something like that. Well, let me rephrase that. I wouldn't do anything like that, but I can get Mama Badger to do that. As she sits over here putting new listings on the site.
Nice.
That's going to be a job, man. It's going to be a job.
It's funny. So yesterday, they come in and it takes them maybe 10, 15 minutes to do a listing. So her and Mama and Grandma Badger are working on this like all day long. And so they'll put 3 or 4 on and it'll say 40 in queue. They'll put 3 or 4 more on and it'll say 45 in queue. So it's like a constant losing battle.
Nice.
All right. I want to try, I think, and get one more.
I feel like my
here.
All right, guys. Well, I will peel off here and let somebody else get on. Thank you so much for having me. Congratulations again on the 1,000. That's an awesome job, and we will talk soon.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm going to jump off too. I'm about to lose my battery.
See you, OJ.
Thanks, guys, for bringing me on.
OJ.
Well, we're going to probably wrap up here too. I know, Brian, you got to get up for work, so I don't want to keep you much longer.
You want to
2 hours?
roll Stevie
Almost 2 hours.
to to say hi here before we wrap up? I know he's been waiting backstage.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys?
Trying to make it a Husker rotation here.
What's going on, guys?
We hear they have good corn in Nebraska. Can you confirm this?
I've got this weird like back feed thing over me. It's weird.
Getting some feedback. You need to mute your YouTube.
I'm getting like every question like 9 times.
You got to mute, buddy.
I have proven that technology is hard.
Anybody?
But
You're gonna have to put him backstage.
backstage.
YouTube got muted.
Just keep going.
I don't know.
The echo of doom.
I don't know what's going on.
He's smiling at least.
He's smiling. That's good. That's good.
Wow.
Anybody? You here?
I think he's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do I shut this off?
Sounds better.
The whole thing.
Why?
Same.
Cool deal.
He's got some echo.
So you guys got some
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
planned, or
What's that?
you guys got some good videos planned coming up?
George?
George. Austin's bike reveal is gonna be the big one.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm still like piecing together and cutting together footage that I know like we've talked about with these guys, but I've been piecing together footage here and there for a short film.
Oh, right on.
So to do like a short narrated film. So I'm working on that, in between working on edits.
Yeah.
And trying to get footage that is applicable to that, and use some stock footage as well.
Yeah.
So it's
That'll be cool.
so I've never narrated anything like that before, which is kind of different because we don't do a lot of voiceover stuff.
Right.
But
We did.
We got to talk about that too, because I have a couple ideas of you're talking about the narration that you did a while back, Why We Ride, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some ideas for that. I want to talk to you about.
So it's so that's in the works. I mean, those are the two big things. I need this pandemic to be over, man. This
for sure.
Yeah.
I need some brewery B-roll.
Yeah.
I need some I mean, I'm one idea away from making coffee. So
Yeah, this pandemic sucks, man.
yeah,
I think we're not like you, where our idea for this was to capture our travels on the bike and all what we do on the bike. We really didn't, when we set out to do this, we didn't really have any thoughts of product reviews and install videos and things like that. We were looking to we wrote a lot together. We did a lot of fun stuff. We wanted to capture it and share it with everybody. And
Yeah.
between the winter months and now this garbage, it's really putting a cramp on our real style.
yeah. The winter's hard. I mean, people don't realize. I mean, the winter was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And I think if you're not doing a lot of installs and product stuff, I mean, it's even Austin's bike. I mean, we're going to wind up turning this into 3 videos, that's, dragging over into riding season, but it's going into riding season only because of the current situation.
Yep.
That the paint got so delayed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why it was stretched out. So, I'm hoping that video is going to be up in the next week or so. That's my plan.
I hope so, because I would like to share with everybody else.
I know, but I gotta film it.
I'm ready when you are, brother.
I'm also trying to get these guys to do an iron butt challenge that we could film sometime soon.
Have you done an iron butt?
I never have.
No, we want to.
I've never driven a car for 24 hours. I'm like, wow, a bike.
Yeah. It'd be tough. I don't know if I.
We almost did it.
24 hours.
Yeah, we almost did it all on the way down to bring it home. We only need a little more.
We almost did it on the way back. I mean, we were a tank and a half shy of it.
Yep.
You know, and we were tired at the end of that day. But again, that was like a lot of cumulative days of riding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and we hit Dayton like late at night. There was construction. There were trucks. Like that was just not a good time.
Yep.
You know, and we'd been, you know, started the day in frost and fog. So, you know,
Yeah.
that Midwest weather. It's funny. We were coming up through when we were coming up through Oklahoma. You know, we're on the headsets, and I see this storm, and I'm like, Bert, we got to pull over and check the radar. I mean, look at those clouds, and we pull over and check the radar, and the storm's like 300 miles away. The storm was like in Arkansas. I was like, we're not used to that. You know, we see storm clouds. It's time to put the rain gear on.
Right. Yeah, it's a crapshoot out here.
Yeah. So it's tough.
All right.
And then a tornado drops on you.
Oh,
Yeah.
crap.
No fun. Listen, Blacktop, thank you, man. This
Yeah,
is
absolutely. Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you.
me. It's been fun.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, man. You've been a huge supporter of ours, and we do appreciate it. We love your channel, and I don't know, it's just cool to have you on here, man. So thank you.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
We were fans before we were creators, actually. So
Yeah,
That's,
absolutely.
You keep flashing me that sticker, you're gonna have to send me one.
I'll have a couple of
Yeah,
these.
listen.
I'll have a couple of these heading down your way here soon.
I'm the only one who doesn't have a Blacktop Devil sticker. I see everybody's got Blacktop Devil stickers on their helmets, and I'm.
You gotta ask him nicely.
That's what it is.
You have to show me your boobs.
Careful what you ask for.
I thought about that afterwards.
He's got a third nipple. It's really weird.
He would know.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to,
Thanks, man. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon, man.
and thank you to everybody who came out, hung out with us tonight. I mean, I know we still have a couple people out there, and obviously, thank you for the support for getting us to 1,000 subs. I mean, it's not.
Absolutely.
It's humbling to me. You know, that many people have subbed and that many channels like getting ready to hit like how many 30, 40,000 views.
Yeah.
We're creeping up on. So it's crazy that our videos have been viewed that many times to me. But you know, it's hopefully the beginning.
You guys,
It's an awesome community. It's really an awesome community, and it's like really cool to be a part of it.
So
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it, everything.
all right, peace.
Good
Peace
night.
out.
Stopping it there.